My name is Lido, and this is our shortcomings/wishlist for EnvoScholar version 3.0. So, one of our wishes was that we would introduce the Elasticsearch API into the custom dynamic ontology. So, what this means is, so the only way to actually find results right now is through searching it on the search bar. So, when you actually search something, it gives you the results, right? But we wanted to be able to do it from the ontology itself. So, for example, you're here in the ontology, you search for a word, flash flood, and then you see the words that are related to it. And one of the words is interesting to you. We would like the option to click on that word, maybe have it pop up here, a link to the results for that word. For example, let's say I click it, I go here, it takes me to the results, and then from here I can actually just go to EnvoScholar, or rather, it will redirect me to EnvoScholar, and it will redirect me to the word. That's one of our wishes. Another one was produce a welcome onboarding experience that is built into the profile page. So right now our profile page is not as interesting as our other pages. For example, developer stats has all this information. This one's empty. We actually weren't requested to work on it, that's why it's empty, but we would have liked to add some sort of user guide for the website, some welcoming screen, something to make the profile page more appealing. We wish we would have implemented anonymous session tracking that provides even more insightful data. So what this means is we wish we would have got the ability to track their session, because right now the only way to get the users' interactions is if they're signed in and they actually click it, or for example, if they search a query, they go into a different page and then they go back. This is considered two different queries. But if we were able to search track sessions, then we would differentiate between doing this and going back, and we would count this as the same query because it's the same session for the user. So basically, this would just improve our tracking of the users' interactions and improve our developer stats overall, so that then we can actually implement the developer stats, which is kind of leads me to the next shortcoming/wishlist, is work on the popular concept feature that uses our developer statistics to determine what are concepts related to the current query. So what we're talking about here is, since we have so many developer stats that track what is good with a query, what article was good. For example, here you see that this article is very relevant. It has 15 ratings of relevant, right? So something like that. Oh, whoops. Something like this, we would want that to be at the top, right? Because it's a very good rating. And also, well, actually, what this is referring to is the recommendations up here, which we didn't actually work on. That was the previous team, but we'd have liked to have worked on this. We would have improved it by doing that, by using the developer stats to actually recommend words. The way we're doing this currently is just keywords from the top 5 articles are being recommended, but if we can actually implement the developer stats that we're tracking anyway into recommending other keywords, then the user would benefit much more of it. Another thing is provide a definition for the query that has been searched in the results page. So this, what we're talking about here is very simple. Let's say a user searches, let's just say sediment, right? Let's just say sediment. We would like a definition here saying exactly what sediment is, so that the user knows what they just searched, and then they don't have to actually click on an article to read it. Let's say they're curious about like some environmental word. I'm not sure. Let's just say water. They don't know what water is. It'll give them like H2O is what water is. It's a liquid. It's blue sometimes. It's the ocean, right? It gives you like a definition of what it is. You don't actually have to go and click on it. Finally, something we wish we got to do is improve the front end overall. We think there's a lot of things we could have worked on that would have made the website look much nicer. Hopefully, the next team gets to work on that. That's very interesting. And we wish we would have got to do a program design guideline for the website as well. That's going to be it for the shortcomings and wish list. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.